Hello. How are you guys doing today? Uh, yes, we are, Feldman. We are playing a very, very, very Drago list. Uh, this was uh, this was Wafo-Tapa's recent list at the Pro Tour, which when I first saw, thought was insane, and still think is kind of insane. But we're gonna try it and see how it goes. It is playing. He's playing some really clunky Magic cards. We're gonna see how it goes. We're playing some really, really clunky Magic cards. We are playing the full 4 Esper Charms, 3 main deck Kaya's Guile, also a 4th one in the sideboard. All right, that's not where the weirdness ends, though. We're gonna look over to the land base. You'll notice not a single Field of Ruin. Also, 4 Drowned Catacombs and 2 Glacial Fortress. A Blast Zone is the only colorless land. 0 Force of Negations in the 75. A lot of weird things about this list. A lot of weird things about this list. But we're gonna play it and see how it goes. Also, no fatal pushes. They're in the sideboard, but no fatal pushes. So a note on the sideboard. Since it was the Pro Tour, the list that got released, there were only one-ofs. So it was 7 cards that I could see, and I had to try to fill out what the rest was. So any card that is a multiple, you have to keep in mind, was shown to me as a one-of. So I saw this. So a Purge, a Push, a Thoughtseize, a Plague Engineer, a Rejection, Veto, Kaya's Guile, and Engineered. I assumed Purge was 2. I assumed Push was at least 2. Thoughtseize was likely at least 2. Figured Plague Engineer could be 2. Veto, I think he maxed out on 4 of. I think there's 2 in the main deck. I think it's 2 in the side as well. And then I think the Rejections are where he went really heavily, because we don't. I think there's a good amount of colorless decks floating around, and we don't have any Field of Ruins to disrupt Tron. So I imagine we need a lot of or Force of Negations. So I imagine we need a lot of Ceremonious Rejections to be able to stick threats and still interact. So 4 Cryptics, 3 Guile, 4 Esper Charm. That's a greedy collection of mana bips. I know. But it is a mana base that is respecting that with the no Field of Ruins. It is a mana base that is respecting the color restrictions. I'm more concerned about the curve. Like, 3 Esper Charms, 3 Kaya's Guile. You have to remember, like, Snapcaster's here. Sometimes he's, like, here. It's not really here, you know? Like, the curve on this deck is, like, insanely high for a modern deck. Yeah, the full 4 Cryptic, 3 Jace, none of the new Planeswalkers, just Jace and Teferi. No Kaya, no Narset, no small Teferi, none of that. So definitely a different take on Esper. Definitely a different take on just, like, blue-white control in general. Also, you'll notice no Rest in Pieces, no Surgicals. The graveyard interaction is Kaya's Guile. So we don't interact with the graveyard until turn 3, which, if you are familiar with the graveyard decks in the format, they tend to do their thing a little before turn 3. So that concerns me a bit. Yeah. Right, Feldman, yeah. A bit like that, but I think this might even be somehow greedier. Yeah, so we will see. Right, but Dreadbore, I'm saying this is high with that in mind. Like, even when considering that is standard for blue white, I think this is just, like, even high in that context. Yeah. Well, we will see. So this is my best attempt at figuring out what the sideboard was. I think that these make sense. Pike was helping me kind of get it together. We know that the vetoes are not more than 2 because there's 2 in the main deck. We know that Kaya's Guile is only 1 because there's 3 in the main deck. I think there is a chance the engineered was 2. I know Wafo really likes the engineered explosives, but maybe it's only 1 because there's a blast zone now. I'm not sure. But this was my best attempt at reconstructing it. So we're gonna run it into a league, see how it goes, and then I figured we would make our own edits, see how it feels. Make sure. Let me just double check. Make sure we have the 1560. Good. Well, I didn't want to mess. Well, first of all, I wouldn't go relic. I mean, I think the first place I would go would be rest in peace or surgical, if I wanted more graveyard interaction. But I wanted to jump. I wanted to start with his 75 and see. He's obviously somebody that knows what he's doing with this archetype. So I wanted to see how it felt. Maybe he's onto something with this unconventional list. We will see. Maybe we'll get run over. I'm not sure. Maybe it's a deck that can only perform in his hands. That could also be the case. We will keep this hand. I'm going to grab a Hollowed Fountain with this Polluted Delta. Then we can play Drowned Catacombs, have all our mana ready to go, and be able to Logic Knot. And sure enough, there is Tron. I expect to see a whole lot of Tron after its recent showing. It just won the Star City event. It won the Pro Tour. I expect a lot of Tron. And they do have turn 3 Tron here. No Field of Ruins has me pretty concerned. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if we hit like 3 Tron matchups in this league. I think we're going to see a lot of traditional Tron again. Mono green, traditional Tron took down both events. It was even the Pro Tour list. I'm not so sure about the Star City one, but the Pro Tour list was even off of the Karn, the Great Creator plan as well. So seeing this expedition map, I think I want to Polluted Delta here to give myself the opportunity to Logic Knot for the absolute most. So I'm gonna go ahead and play that. Hey, what's up, Perfy? Both are playing old school Tron. Well, there you go. As in no Karn the Great Creator. Scary. There was Tron. He remembers my name. Alright, they go for a Worm Coil Engine. So I can counter this. Notice that I can only counter this because we did play the Polluted Delta. This is something that we could deal with potentially with a Path to Exile, but currently don't have one in the hand, so I am going to go for the counter. Ooh, that's really loud. Thank you for the follow, appreciate that. Just going to grab another Hollowed Fountain here, shock myself, counter that for 2. They have 1 mana floating here. Hey, what's up, TL? I almost just hit OK without choosing the Delve cards. That would have sucked. Yeah, Tron all over the place. I think going forward, that's a really annoying card here. Going forward with blue control decks, I think Ceremony's Rejection is going to be at an all-time high. We'll get this Drowned Catacomb in, send the turn back. The opponent has 4 cards in hand. I don't think we're quite in the Esper Charm discard mode yet. Do this together today and immediately got a 5-0. Did you? A Martyr Proc list with the new Ajani. That's kind of sweet. Oh, there's Karn the Great Creator, which means we very likely lose here. If they in fact go for Lattice, which they do have 6 mana up. Could flash in a Snapcaster, and if they happen to have nothing, could maybe get him. I kind of like that with the hi buddy. I like that with the new Ajani that makes Ajani's Pride Mates. It's kind of cool. Oh, they get a Grafdigger's Cage. Interesting. Huh. Well, now I can flash in the Snapcaster and start attacking. Karn. Kind of surprised they got a Graph Digger's Cage here, given the context, given the relic. Interesting. Alright, looks like they're going for something other than the Graph Digger's Cage, because they're tapping quite a bit of mana. Oblivion Stone. Sure. Now I could strip their hand and attack the Karn. Yeah. So I'm gonna flash in Snapcaster Mage. And you know, like Lattice, I can draw step, strip their hand. They can't downtick Karn. They do have a redraw. They have 2 redraws, which is a bit scary. Why are both my dogs coming over here right now? Can I help you? What's up? Oblivion Stone in play. Yeah, I think we just draw step, make them discard their card. Despite the 2 redraws here, since we hit Karn, he can't downtick. How do you feel about the whole Karn Mycosynth interaction? I mean, I think it's reasonable for the power level of Modern for sure. Alright, so we're going to strip the 2 cards out of their hand. In response, they could draw cards, which is a little bit risky here. Yeah, I mean, I guess maybe that's definitely a concern. If they do have something they want to keep, they can crack these, but at least it makes it do that in their draw step, and that's their green mana source. So, buddy, go away. Go away. Go away. Come on. Come on, Stinko. Go, go, go. Come on. Come on. Come on. Go, go, go. Come on. Go away. Go away, stinky breath. Alright, there. He doesn't want to go away. They are making that play. Oh, Pike, thank you for the $5. Let's see what it says. You think greed is your ally. You merely adopted greed. I was born in it, molded by it. Let's see it. Let's see the greed. P.S. Get sword. Get sword or riot. That's towards the sword fund? Oh my goodness. Alright, well they got rid of 2 cards. I don't really. Oh my goodness. Maybe this is what we follow up the Esper League with. I think that's a good idea. And they found an Ugin. So we will go ahead and concede. Move on to the next one. Don't they just lock us now? Nope. If they play the Mycosynth Lattice, we can attack the Karn and kill it. They also can't downtick the Karn because it's -2, and we attacked it with a Snapcaster Mage. So they are not able to activate it. We want the vetoes, we want the rejections, we want the Thoughtseize. We do not really need the Kaya's Guiles. But please, please buy the sword and stuff. Part sword, part getting this bad boy finally played. Alright. The sword is sweet. Oh, and I have another, well, so I got those things framed, right? The pictures that I showed earlier in the Discord. But they do have the problem I was a little bit worried about. I'm going to trim a Jace as well. These Esper Charms are kind of sweet. I feel like we want all the vetoes in this matchup. I think most of the cards we care about. Then again, maybe post-board. Maybe post-board it's a little shifted towards creatures, huh? Maybe. Maybe. Alright, this looks fine. Hold on, let me deal with this guy real quick and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Just go outside or something? So I got these I got these pretty cool posters. But the problem is, I mean, they look really nice, but they don't look so nice with my computer there, huh? Yeah, I wasn't thinking, I thought this might be a problem, but back here, you can't really tell, you can't really see them. And then you kind of see everything reflected in them. So maybe not the best stream decoration. Not as good as I thought it would be. Hey, what's up, Johnny? Yeah, Tron's winning all over the place. It won that. It won the Pro Tour. Winning everything. All right. Well, we have a veto. It's rough not having any Field of Ruins in this matchup. But we have 2 Snapcasters. Get kind of aggressive and have a veto. I mean, we can probably keep this one. First snap, maybe just getting in there. Then maybe veto something, then snap, veto something. Something like that. A little bit of a suspect hand, but I think we need a snap heavy hand anyways to get there. I think the configuration of this deck is not ideal for a Tron meta. I think that could be a concern. We now find an opt, which means I could then next turn hold up veto. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to play this Delta. Now I don't think I'm flashing the snap necessarily this turn. I may just crack at a tapped land opt or veto if I have to veto. If they go for like a Sylvan Scrying or something here, maybe an Ancient Stirrings I could veto. Would I want to veto this? Sylvan Scrying I definitely would have. Ancient Stirrings is something to think about. I mean, boy, do I have a great deck for you. Oh yeah, exciting. When Tron is popular, it means Esper is at its strongest, honestly. Really? Interesting. I'm trying, Ghost. I'm trying. Just trying to think if I should hold off on the veto, be a little bit more patient. I think I want to wait for payoff cards. Though if this was a Sylvan Scrying, I may have actually nabbed that. So this just grabbed an Ugin. So yeah, like I'd be much happier vetoing the Ugin. They have a Relic, which is a little annoying. It's definitely a little annoying. They're going to activate it right away. I'm going to... The question is if I want to get a guy in play right now. You know what? Now with that, they're just not going to be able to flash things back. I think I am going to be getting a Snapcaster in there. Awesome. Good luck with that, Fluffy. Thanks for stopping in. Yeah, I would say that this particular list is not in a good configuration. Wait, I'm confused. Hold on. I thought Watery Grave. I thought for sure. Oh, it's only on one Watery Grave. Interesting. I thought for sure it was on 2. Alright, I'm just gonna get in a Snapcaster Mage here and start the beats. Yeah, I think we want to get attacking as fast as possible here. They just have natural turn 3 Tron. That might be the case. They've yet to actually cast one of their search spells. And the Ancient Stirrings grabbed a threat instead. You know what? It was the other Esper list that I grabbed right before this. Yeah, it was this one that had 2. This was another one this was the most recent one on MTG Goldfish. Oh well, they played a forest here, so no Tron this turn, which is nice. I can opt and flash in another Snapcaster Mage. And they didn't just snap off a power plant yet, so I'm guessing they did not find it here. Yeah, that makes sense. And this was one of my things we were talking about predictions for the tournaments this weekend, and Tron was one of my big concerns. Obviously, Hogak was at everyone's, Oh, they did have a power plant. I'm surprised they thought on that so long. Everyone expected the Hogak. I thought Tron was going to be a big contender. All right, so there's a map as well. Okay, I'm like most concerned about an Ulamog. I mean, ever since they made the London Mulligan official, Tron is the thing I am most concerned about. Thoughtseize is pretty nice. That makes me that makes me want to just go like not flash in this other Snapcaster Mage and instead double Thoughtseize them. That'd be at the cost of 5 life total. Then I'm also tapped out of Dovin's Veto on their turn. Alternatively, Panting Dog, hello. Alternatively, I could still just okay, hold on. Let's go. Get out of here. Come on. I'll be right back. I apologize. I am sorry about that. He was a little bit crazy. So I'm going to keep that. I think I'm going to lean towards not flashing in this Snapcaster yet. Yeah, that's the idea. We can Thoughtseize. We do know that there is an Ugin in the hand. What? Bladed guy in Magic Line quit because I play 1 card in a net deck. What do you mean? Why don't we have Baby Teferi? I don't know. Wafo has none of the new Planeswalkers, just 2 big Teferi and 3 Jace. Sean, it was more about debating whether or not I wanted the Thoughtseize, I guess. More so than when I was going to Thoughtseize. I'm just kind of thinking about how the lines can play out. Played Bolas Citadel, and he quit saying I played a net deck. Well, that is a very weird response. You want to ambush? Honestly, ambushing could be fine here. Ambushing could be fine. It means we're just going to have a Thoughtseize and Veto as interaction. Thank you for the follow there, Goblin. I kind of do want to get the pressure on. But the ability to potentially double Thoughtseize kind of has me almost wanting to wait, but... Hey, Locker, thank you for the follow as well. I think we could maybe get in there with a snap. Maybe they do want to just be attacking. Yeah, you know what? I think maybe we do. Yeah, we could actually blast zone them off all of these while they're tapped out. That's interesting. How much would it cost to get an Owling Mine League in someday? Ha, genius. How dare you ask me that? No, I'm going to be patient. If you blast zone them and get Ugin, yeah. It is true. Alright, so we're going to start things off with a Thoughtseize here. Only card we know about is Ugin. And a power plant, actually. We know Ugin power plant. And they don't have anything beyond the Ugin, so that's good. We can actually just snap that off and get in. They do have 3 redraws total. Yeah, I think we just go ahead and take that. Play. I think we just play a Delta here. Don't think we want to snap Thoughtseize. Play a Delta. Yeah, we'll play a Delta. We'll go ahead and get in. Could snap Opt if we'd like at the end of turn if they don't do anything we care about. Make it a 4-turn clock. Look for a Cryptic, Esper Charm, something like that. Preferably a Cryptic. We're going to start cycling. There's Tron. Probably going to grab a Swamp with this, Snapcaster Opt. Main phase Snap Opt was correct. I disagree. When they have 3 redraws in play and we have a Dovin's Veto in hand, I don't think we'd want to do that. Why would we want to tap out? Just so he can't stop us from opting because of the relic. I think I might have to actually veto this. That is just annoying enough. I think. Maybe I didn't have to. So if I didn't veto this, we could just keep attacking with this until... But they may just be so patient with this. Whereas if I get rid of this, I can get a little bit more aggressive, I guess. Yeah. Yeah, I'm thinking that might have been a little bit aggressive on my part. This is why we should have ambush vipered. No, I don't think so. Well, yeah, maybe. Untap, upkeep. Thank you for the follow. Yeah, there's a lot of different ways to go about this turn. All right, we'll draw, find an opt. I like opting right now, though maybe I should have cracked that first. Find a path. We'll get in. That relic is doing some work. Path is at least a reasonable thing depending on how they sideboarded, you know, if they've got the Thought Knot plan. Yeah, a lot of Tron for sure. Kind of expected that going forward with the Mulligan rule. Sanctum is pretty good here. Looks like they did find a big threat as well. Maybe a Walking Ballista. Nope, it's Karn. Okay. I think that's going to be the end of us here. We don't really have a way of dealing with this. They can crack the relic. They get an Ulamog. I'm going to go ahead and crack a bit here. We'll attempt to veto, but they can crack the relic. They kind of have their way with us. But we need to at least make them crack the relic, I guess. If they downtick, then and it's not on one of the snaps, we have enough pressure to deal with it. So Blast Zone for 7, easy. Easy way to deal with the old Karn. Simply Blast Zone for 7. There goes the veto. That was probably the wrong time for them to do that, but that's fine. Let this resolve. So now they just go ahead and uptick. Probably just get rid of the blast zone at this point. You already have 5 lands. Yeah, probably the blast zone. They have an Ulamog in hand. I think another power plant. No, that was probably just the power plant getting revealed twice. Oh, I got rid of the blast zone. Now we can't blast zone for 7. It's interesting that Donnie likes this matchup. I would have categorized Esper as the worst version of Blue-White X against Tron. I would put both Jeskai and Blue-White far ahead of Esper. I feel like I do not have the tools to race damage with Esper, like I do with Jeskai, or the right disruption like I do with Blue-White. So I feel like Esper's left not like attacking the hand, and I don't feel like that's the right place to be attacking Tron. Maybe that's wrong though. Yeah, we're pretty dead in the water here. Yeah, I mean, I would say those cards are definitely reasonable, but yeah, here's Ulamog. Well, they all get field, to be fair. This particular build we have does not have field, but they're going to Ulamog here. We're going to lose to that. This particular build does not have field, but generally all 3 of them do play field. I feel like it doesn't, though. I feel like in my experience, it has not dealt with it well. I don't think that Thoughtseize and Esper Charm do enough of a job, because I don't think we have enough to back up that time that we buy with those cards. I threw it away with the veto on the O-Stone. No, I disagree with that. I don't think that was I mean, I do think that was potentially not when I should have vetoed, but I don't think that the whole game was hinged on that one play. Everything else would have played out where they still would have, well, they could have gotten rid of the Karn, I guess. Play 5-color, bring to light Niv and paper, currently 1001. Nice. Playing Shadow of Doubt for the Tron. That's kind of sick. That is a very fun deck to play. Yeah, I think we can get away with keeping this one. Disagree with a lot of the decisions I make with Esper. Do you mean deck building decisions, Cody, or do you mean play decisions? Play the silence and back. Well, Cody, it's not my deck list. Also, here's Tron again. So that's not really a fair thing to be judging it on. I literally in the title it's Wafo-Tapa's deck list. I did not make this deck list. I think we keep a snap here. And we'll send back. Interesting, a Field of Ruin. Okay, Cody. Alright, so we're going to play that tap. We're going to opt here. Another land. I think it's reasonable. Here's the Cryptic. Probably getting an opportunity to snap opt here. Send back. And then we have Cryptic up. A little bit of pressure. Yeah, the opponent's now the field of... Ooh, without having to crack the map. They didn't crack the map at all, so that makes me think they just drew that tower. Why did they not crack the map at all? Interesting. Alright, flash this in. Snap opt here. Like, I guess... I still feel like that doesn't make a ton of sense. They wanted to wait and see if they, like, drew the next one and then did draw it? I don't know. Another snap looks pretty good. Jace the Mind Sculptor. We're not going to tap out for Jace going into the turn where they will have Tron. We'll just go ahead and attack. They have natural Tron. But then I feel like they still would have cracked Expedition map. No, they don't. They don't have natural Tron because their second lane was field. If their second lane was field, I feel like then they don't. And then they still, if it was a Tron land, then they should have just cracked it for like an Eye of Ugin, right? This looks like maybe it's a Thought-Knot's here, and this is maybe Eldrazi Tron? No, it's Karn the Great Creator. And they have another 4-mana up here. I think we just Cryptic counter draw here. Yeah, I don't think we're bouncing a land. Draw another land of our own. Gotta hope they don't just like have another Karn, I guess. A couple other things they could have that could be annoying. Oh, they have nothing. That is ideal. Okay. We have this Jason hand. I'm gonna sandbag the fetch land for a little bit. Three. Are they fielding me? Sure. Interesting. Ah, they're blue Tron. Okay. So, let's see. I don't think I'm going... I could like fire off a Kaya's Guile or something now having this excess mana, but I could do that anyways if I wanted to and still have Logic not up. So we probably just let that mana go. And then they have a snap of their own. Well, now I could make them sacrifice snap, and I make a 1/1. That seems kind of reasonable. Make them sack their Snapcaster Mage, I make a 1/1. And then I still have Logic not up. Put a little more pressure into play, get rid of their guy. I wonder how many snaps they're playing in their Tron deck. It's kind of scary. That's a little bit scary. There's Ugin, no mana floating. We'll go ahead and we'll just Logic not that. Don't really need to delve anything. Okay. They're going to dismember our Snapcaster Mage, paying 4 life. That is fine. Now we're going into a turn where we have Snap Cryptic. Could play a Blast Zone here and still have Snap Cryptic mana. I think that is fine. Hey, what's up, Teferi? You'd slam Jace because you have no respect for blue Tron. That's kind of fair. I would say it's probably the worst of the Tron decks. They are sending back. Okay. So that says to me that they have something like Thirst for Knowledge. Something like that. Is it worse than Mono White Tron? Probably not. So I could put Blast Zone to a number, I guess. Could just take the turn back. I think I might actually just take the turn back. It's not super ideal. They only have 2 cards in play. I mean, sorry, 2 cards in hand. What? So I'm assuming one is a Thirst. Maybe a Condescend. Would I counter a Thirst here? Them going to 1 card in hand. Would I counter the Thirst? That card is like so powerful. Draw 3 is so good. If he just like slaps me with it here. Nothing is worse than Giftstron. Well, I guess I wasn't counting the like non-existent Tron decks. I would say that Blue Tron is the worst of the relatively existent Tron decks. It is a repeal on my token. That is fine. A relic. That's actually kind of frustrating. That cuts me off of any interaction. Now I could counter this. I'm not gonna get use out of this otherwise. I could like snap Cryptic Command this, draw a card. It denies them a draw off this. They are reasonably threat light. They are reasonably threat light. So there is a chance that they just don't have a way to capitalize on me doing this. I think I'm gonna actually go for this. Yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and target. Pass. And yeah, if they go to crack it, we can just pick up the Snapcaster Mage and draw a card, I guess. But you're a fan of the blue-black version that plays black in the blue Gear Hulks? Huh. He had a good start. He had a good starting record. He had a good starting record. And then I think it fell off. Oh, he actually finished 9th? He just missed the top 8? I saw him when he was like 6-0 or whatever. Alright, so they do nothing. They do nothing. Could just Cryptic... Cryptic bounce a land or something like that? Draw a card. I actually kind of want to leave this guy in play for pressure. I wonder if I should have just countered this. Kind of want to use this Cryptic now. Bouncing a land doesn't really do a lot, but I kind of want the Snapcaster Mage in play, so it might be the only other relevant mode. Just like bounce a tower, draw a card, I guess. It's kind of like a do-nothing play, but I don't know. Maybe they condescended or something, and then I can play Jace. Okay. Cracking the relic. They're gonna thirst in response. Yep. They're kind of going all in here. Yep, now they're up to 4 cards. That is problematic. And then they're gonna condescend this. They're gonna thirst again. Looks like maybe no. It looks like a condescend. Pretty okay with that Condescend, I think. But now I am concerned about the cards in their hand. They put 2 cards on top of their library. Yikes. That is not good. I kind of feel like I need an Esper Charm, something like that. Let's get this Jace down. Brainstorm. That's bad though. They literally just need to keep like any threat. Naughty Man, thank you for the follow. We gotta hope that we just like find a counterspell here. Yeah, we don't really need Mind Rot. We need a counterspell. Alright, we probably just get rid of the 2 Kaya's Guile. Leave the Path. Path is better at dealing with like Wormcoil. Play a land. Get in. We did find Logic Knot, so that's good. Send back. The fact they double topped is really scary. We have to hope that whatever they do, they're just going in on some big play that I can actually Logic Knot. I can Logic Knot for 4 here. Ooh, that's bad news. That's bad news. That's 6 mana in excess. It looks like me. I mean, if this is just a Wormcoil, though, it's not the worst. Now it's 8, and they have exactly 4 mana. So if this is Ugin, that's really problematic. They can pay for this. It is a Walking Ballista for 4. Okay. Well, that wipes my board. It does wipe my board. And I cannot Logic Knot this, right? Nope. They have the mana up. And I guess it resolves. They're going to shoot down my Jace. Yeah, they played around that well. They could have just been leaving this up to have their own Condescend up. Maybe not necessarily playing around Logic Knot. New to Modern. I've always loved playing Control. Blue-White Control seems really fun, but hard to close out. Would adding Aria Flame be too ridiculous to try? Somebody at my coworker actually brought that up today. He was like, hey, you can play Jeskai and put Aria in. The reality is Blue-White doesn't have that hard of a time closing out games. It's really not that bad. So I wouldn't be too concerned about that. I think Blue-White's just going to be the strongest control deck you can go with right now. Alright, well, I don't think they were supposed to kill the Snapcaster Mage there. I think they were supposed to just kill the Jace. Now they just like don't have their thing at all. Doesn't seem as good. It was actually probably more correct to get rid of the... Yeah, it was better to get rid of the Flooded Strand there. That was actually my other source of black mana. Draw an Esper Charm, and they only have 2 cards in hand. I guess we're going to Mind Rot them here. I think we just go ahead and snap off a Mind Rot, get rid of the 2 cards in your hand. But now, see, I don't have another source of black mana, so I can't snap it back. See, I was definitely supposed to use this. Just going to go ahead and get rid of their 2 cards right now. Looks like it was a Condescend, something like that. It was a Thirst for Knowledge. Interesting. So they go up to 4, and if they don't have an artifact, still discard down to 2. I think I just let this resolve. Pretty likely they find an artifact, but if they don't, they still lose their whole hand. Alright, well, they keep 1 thing. They'll be at 2 cards on their turn. We'll just pass back. Yeah, I think another Watery Grave makes a lot of sense. But you do have to keep in mind, there are 4 Drowned Catacombs. Obviously not fetchable, but they are there. Hey, Scout Killer, thank you for the follow. No, that alone does not make it Jeskai. I'm just saying I don't think that's necessary. I don't think you need to do that. Okay. I just think that's making the land base significantly weaker for a payoff that you just don't really need. Yeah, to get a Walking Ballista. Depending on what they play it as, I may just path it. I think this Logic Knot is a little bit more important. Just as a 3-3, I think we probably just go ahead and path that. Hey, Pedro, thank you for the follow as well. Though I guess well, no, this is, what game are we on here? Oh, we're on game 1. Losing track of all the Tron decks. I guess I do have Verdict still, and that would be a pretty good draw. I think I'll just draw for my turn. Opt first. Like a Verdict would just be, well, keep that. Keep that. Path here. They have 2, 4, 7, 9, 10, 11, 12 mana. If I play Teferi, I can play a pretty reasonable Logic Knot here. Do you ever plan on playing Grixis Dragon God? Yeah, sure. I mean, we played Grixis Control not too long ago. I don't think I included Dragon God. Oh, you know what we played? We played the Cutthroat version. Holy cow! Oh my gosh. Zach, thank you so much. Holy cow, giving out 10 gift subs. Alright, well, I hope you like the Guile theme song, because you're about to hear a lot of it. Thank you so much for that super generous donation, man. Thank you. I wish I had chests to open. I wish I had some chests to open, is what I'm saying. Thank you so much. Yeah, let's see. I think I might have one. Do I have one? Alright, I have a single chest. Pretend this is 10 chests. Huh. Alright. Thank you very much. Ooh, and those subs all went to a lot of really familiar names, so that is awesome. 3, 6. We have 6 in the graveyard. Yeah, we're going to have to go ahead and counter this one. I just witnessed standard Bant Scape Shift. Sick. Is a very cool deck. Oh, we're still going. That was a lot of subs. Alright. Unless you pay 7. Any luck on seeing me play it? Standard, potentially. It's been a little while since I've played Standard. Thank you again, Zach. I really appreciate that. Very, very kind of you. Spider says, sorry, I'm not home right now, or I could move some chests along. Oh, not a problem. Not a problem. It's okay. We're gonna do some winning tonight, and we'll get them. I know, so many viewers. I want to guest stream some taking turns sometimes. Oh, really? Yeah, I was just talking. Oh, Brian's here too. Oh my God, everyone's here. I was just talking. Repeal for 5. Oh my God. I was talking to Fluffy about it. Johnny Redeemed was also interested in potentially guest streaming. I need to figure out a couple of things. I need to get it a little bit smoothed out here, and potentially I can start opening up guest streams to more people. We'll see. Hopefully I can. I think we're gonna go ahead and draw step Esper Charm them here. That looks good to me. Draw step, Snapcaster Mage, Esper Charm. Hopefully they have 2 sorcery speed cards in their hand. Target player discards 2 cards. Thank you again, Zach. I really appreciate that. Do you take donation decks? I do. You'd love to see me play Grixis again? I would happily do it. Grixis seems to be... Oh, man, we just got both cards in their hand. It was 2 lands. Grixis seems to be somewhat of a fan favorite, so I'm always happy to do that. Dobin's Veto. Should play more Ponza? Ponza's fun. Ponza is fun. We'll draw a card. Cryptic Command. We're looking good now. I think we'll be on the offense here. We're probably going to block. We're looking real good now. You're smooth, so I can help smooth things out. Perfect. Alright, let's just send back. We're looking to be in a pretty good position here. Opponent with no cards in hand. You know, I missed my best co-streamer. I will say the Spider co-streams are pretty top-notch. Trying to think if we want this on any number other than 1. I'm a little concerned about time here, so I'm not going to delve too deep on that. We'll draw a card. We'll get Jason play. Looks like maybe they drew a remand. You know what? I'll just veto that. Being that they have no cards in hand, I think just using the mana efficient play here is like, well, I guess it doesn't make too much of a difference. Look at what they're drawing. You can draw that. We'll untap some lands. We're looking good. We're looking good. I would say we've got this game locked down. Now the only concern is time in the match, because this is game 1 and I only have 11 minutes left. Take the turn back, uptick. Uptick, condescend, you may keep that. We'll send back. We're going to ultimate to fairy this turn, just start picking off their lands with Jace Brainstorms. Alright, I lied, I probably won't be wearing pants. Oh my god, Perfy. You promised to wear pants, and now you are immediately going back on that promise. How can I possibly trust you? How could I possibly trust you? Jeskai Ascendancy. It is a fun one. Yeah, there is a people ask me to play like certain decks. Like I'm getting a lot of requests to play the Grixis Whir deck. But there's some decks that are just like really not good to play on Magic Online. Really, really tough ones to play on Magic Online, and not necessarily the most fun to watch. Like I get requests to play like Ad Nauseam a good amount of the time, and it's just like nobody wants to watch Ad Nauseam, man. Nobody wants to watch Ad Nauseam. Play Amulet, they said. Yeah. Yeah. And then there's like certain decks that don't make sense for me personally to play, like Amulet. I don't mean Amulet Titan, I mean Amulet in literally any deck ever. For some reason, the card Amulet of Vigor just does not work with me on a deep level. Yeah, good old sad Snausium. Let's see. Well, happy to take game 1 there. Definitely concerned about time. We could just trim another path, and that's probably fine. Yeah, the old Snaz. I mean, this looks reasonable. Having a bunch of vetoes looks kind of cool. Kind of cool. A lot of efficient counter spells here. Still some heavy junk. I will say Esper Charm looked pretty good that match. Or that game. I don't know how to use most creatures. It's true. It is true. I've yet to learn the art of attacking. But I'm really good at casting Lightning Bolt. You gotta give me that. You gotta give me Lightning Bolt. I'm pretty good at drawing and casting Lightning Bolts when my opponents are at 3 or less life. Yikes. I don't think I like this hand very much. It's not terrible, and it is Bluetron. But this Logic Knot is not very good with this hand. We have no early plays. I think we can maybe do better than this. But we have... What are they mulligan? Yeah, they're keeping... I'm going to mulligan this one. Oh, this hand's a little rough too, but I guess we keep it. Gonna get rid of the path. Plan on opting turn 1, trying to find lands. Thoughtseize turn 2. Can't Thoughtseize turn 1 because it's a Drowned Catacomb. Gonna do my best to keep up on time here. If I miss some chat, I apologize. Definitely concerned about the clock. These are pretty slow matches, so. They're on their upkeep. They kept their 7, right? Interesting. Burnstream win. Burnstream is another, Burn is another one of those decks where it's like, yeah, I mean, I'm down to play it, but it's probably not all that entertaining to actually watch. Ooh, Vito's a nice draw. Alright, they've got the Tron. Let's see what we found here. Definitely don't want that Teferi. Glacial Fortress is nice. I'm wondering if I actually want to Thoughtseize here or not. If they have 2 payoffs, it's a bit problematic. I think I actually just maybe pass with Veto up. Ooh, there's another Thoughtseize. I'm going to pass with Veto up this turn. I know they're threat light, so maybe I'm supposed to be Thoughtseizing. This could be the deciding point for sure. It's awkward that I can't double Thoughtseize next turn. Maybe I'm supposed to Thoughtseize this turn. Maybe I'm supposed to Thoughtseize this turn, then have Veto Thoughtseize up next turn. I'm just so worried that they have 2 threats. If they have 2, I just kind of get wrecked. Yeah, and they have a Worm Coil. No, that's just as bad. Let's go ahead and Thoughtseize them. Holy cow. Condescend, Condescend, Condescend. No blue mana at all. I mean, I guess I just take Thirst here. And just hope they don't draw an island. But to get rid of this, I probably have to be getting an island. I just play this tapped and send back. We can maybe, as long as they don't find their island, maybe Cryptic, return that guy, then Thoughtseize, take it. Okay. I think that's the plan. Taking this hit, going to 4. Bouncing it, and then Thoughtseizing it, going to 2. Oblivion Stone. Oblivion Stone. Counter that, bounce this. Thoughtseize. Counter this, bounce this. Thoughtseize the Worm Coil Engine, go to 2. Have Veto up. Just hope we keep them off island forever. Yep. Could just be Esper Charming this turn if they don't find anything relevant. Targeting myself to draw 2 cards, I guess. Trying to find a land. Yeah, if they don't do anything relevant, I'm gonna Esper Charm, draw 2 cards, trying to find a land to be able to Teferi. They just found another tower. I really wanted to Teferi this turn, so nope, did not tap that correctly. Draw 2. We find our land. Get Teferi in play. I'm afraid of that Snapcaster Mage. Jace tick up instead. I don't know if that's right. I like getting this guy so then I can have Veto up, and then next turn I can Jace and have Veto up again if they miss the island. I give them like 1 draw step here to find an island. I think after this we start denying the island. I think next turn we try to do it. Or I just leave up double. Leave up Cryptic and Veto. No island, no island, no island. No island, no island, no island. Okay, they just find another Tron land. They have 5 blue cards in their hand. We're looking good. Oh, we're finding so many good cards. We draw another. Now I can Jace and have double counterspell up. We're looking good. We're looking good. We're looking good. We're looking good. We're looking okay. Good might be ambitious. Jace. What you got? An island. Put it on the bottom. Not today, opponent. Send back. They got nothing. Nice. Nothing is not an island. We're so close. We are so close. Our hand looks fantastic. Their hand looks not fantastic. I'm basically leaving them with anything that is not an island, or a way to find an island. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, oh my goodness, oh my goodness. What do you got? Is it an island? That is the question. The answer is... Please reveal it. It's a walking ballista. You may keep that. Watch him have sandbagged the island the whole time. I guess or an Ulamog, true. Suppose I would not want them to have an Ulamog. Counter draw. Use the big clunky ones first. Thank you for the follow there, Psycho. Counter that. Give me the turn back. They're playing a little bit slow. All the cards in your hand are blue. You don't have blue mana. Just give me the turn back. Draw a card. Next turn, we just like stone win the game. Alt Teferi, Jace. Get rid of 3 of your lands. Get rid of all of your lands. Set you to 0 permanents. In before Cavern. Oh my god, I would cry. I love Jace uptick streams. Come on. Why? Why play so slow? Come on. You're killing the excitement. Give me the priority. Thank you. No, you may have that one. Thank you for the follow. I think it was Karate. Untap. Go ahead. Here's your turn. Play it. Play that ballista. Do it. Play the ballista. Play the ballista. I'm gonna get rid of all your lands. They're all gone. They're all gone. What we're going to do is Ultimate, Brainstorm, Esper Charm, draw 2 cards, get rid of everything. I'm going to ceremoniously reject that. They've conceded the game. Whew, 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 whew. All right. Happy to win that one. No blue mana for the opponent. Take the mono blue matchup, the mono blue Tron matchup in 2. That is nice. That is nice. That was pretty good. I can bounce Planeswalker in response to an Ulamog trigger. That's true. That's true. The 1-mana counterspell BM. Well, it was more that I wanted to save the Cryptic because that was a broader counterspell that could deal with, that can counter the Snapcaster Mage, as opposed to, like, the Veto can't hit the Snapcaster, the Ceremonious can't hit the Snapcaster, so I might as well hold on to the Cryptic and use the Ceremonious. You just denied a monocolored deck of its color. Easy. Easy peasy. Easy peasy. You're kind of rooting for them to go all Incredibles 2 screensaver. Incredibles 2 screensaver on you and take your turn. Was that like the Mind Slave? So Mind Slaver? That would be kind of sick. Actually, ultimating my Teferi. Oh no, because is Teferi? Yeah, it's only permanents your opponents control. So see what happens when you actually use +2 on Jace. You win games. Yeah, that's true. So they couldn't. They wouldn't be able to. They wouldn't actually be able to like get rid of my permanents or anything. All right, I'm just gonna take a quick bathroom break. I will be right back, and we're gonna continue this Esper League. Hang tight. Alrighty. 1-1. Played against Tron and then Tron. As I expected. Okay, Evan, that man did not have Panoptic Mirror. It was not Mirror. Okay, so what actually was it? Did we figure out what it actually was, Pike? Kind of wish it was Mirror. What was it? You got it from the Vault 20 for $80. Sold the other stuff for like $30. Ended up being cheaper. Oh, getting to get a Jace. Oh, this looks like a terrible hand. That's about right. This hand doesn't beat Tron at all. This hand's better. I'm gonna get rid of the Verdict. Look at all these viewers. Look at all those chickens. I know we got a ton of people today. It's awesome. Thank you guys for hanging out. Astrolabe. Scalding Tarn into Astrolabe. What are you playing over there? Oh, no. It's like an Urza deck? Oh, yeah, it's definitely an Urza deck. Okay. Teferi's probably pretty good in this matchup. Probably a matchup that you would prefer to have... the variety planeswalkers, so you're a little bit softer to things like Needle. So having at least a single copy of the small Teferi. Go ahead and opt here. I mean, you know, lands don't look like the worst thing in the world, but I think I maybe need some spells. That's a good spell. That's a pretty good spell, too. I'm going to play this Polluted Delta to help cast that pretty good spell. Jaces are like $175. Or do you mean the from the vaults? Okay, that makes more sense. Alright, so they do have a whir here. I think I am interested in just countering this whir, despite it being on my turn. Off of a Hollowed Fountain. Do not want to let them get a Thopter Foundry into play. Counter. Were the mirrors in that list supposed to be ops? That's probably it. That's probably it, because opt is in the first word. So that is probably it. They just had a Thopter Foundry. That sucks. That sucks. That is probably what it is. If opt is not in that list... Here's the list we're talking about, by the way. This list top 8'd and it has 4 Panoptic Mirrors in it, but it was probably that they put in opt and it grabbed Panoptic Mirror, because there's no ops. That's definitely what it is. Good catch. So either way, we were going to get the Thopter Foundry there. In fact, maybe they had the Foundry and that was just going to be the sword, so I think it was still correct to get rid of the whir. It's true, you cannot ceremoniously reject it. There's a Pithing Needle. Pithing Needle. What are you needling? Probably this card. Maybe a little Teferi. Try to make it look as much like we were just normal blue-white control. Yeah, named Narset. Ha! I don't even play that card. Joke's on you. Joke's on you, opponent. Not even in the deck. Okay, we could just strip their hand here. Kind of loose to this card, though. I think stripping their hand's not the worst. I think stripping their hand's not the worst here. This is a little bit concerning, but... Yeah, well, what if he has a sword in his hand? That feels pretty bad. No, I'm going to do it. No, I'm not going to do it. Should I do it? Hey, what's up, bunny? This is a tricky spot. I could just mind rot them, catch the last 2 cards in their hand. I could pass back with Logic not up. But, like... I'm just going to mind rot you. I'm going to rot you. Give me your mind. Put it in the trash. They are sacking the Pithing Needle. Interesting. Instead of like the Astrolabe here. Got rid of a land and a Pentad Prism. We'll send back. Mind Rot the last two always. It's just the rule of thumb. It just would have sucked if it was a sword, but I guess it sucks if it's a sword either way, huh? Find an opt. I think I'm interested in just opting immediately. They have one card in hand. I'm not going to keep a path. Okay. Play that, send back. Next turn we can Teferi uptick. Take the one, grab the Watery Grave here. Let that resolve, even though it does make my logic not worse. We'll crack, Watery Grave, untap. Ooh, ooh. Blast Zone. That's kind of good. I almost don't want to show them that yet. Yeah, I don't want to show them that yet. Because I'm not going to be able to tick it up now anyways, because I'm definitely going for the Teferi this turn. Teferi, and I'm upticking. Snap's an interesting draw. That Blast Zone is good, though. That'll be really good next turn. Uh-oh. Oh, they're just sacking more things. Okay, that's fine. Blast Zoning on 2 looks pretty good. Are they just cashing in the Pentat? Oh, they're just going all in on it. I love that. I think I love that. Astrolabe. I'd say this ever, but Wafo-Tapa ever. Yeah, he always plays very cool, unique builds. I feel like I want to hold on to this, though I do have this Snapcaster Mage. You know what? I'm actually gonna path. No, I'm not gonna path one of these. Not in combat. Let's see. They hit him down to 2, and he's gonna go back up to 3. No, I guess I have this logic knot I don't want to tap out of. Oh boy. Yeah, I'd much rather be able to knot this. I have no mana. No mana. Counter this guy. They concede to that? What? That seems like an early concession. I don't think you concede to me countering that. I didn't have like a stranglehold on the game yet there. You definitely don't concede there. Like, I don't even think they're in a losing position. I don't even think they're in a losing position there. Okay, so here's some cards to consider. Actually, do you bring in Plague Engineers in this matchup named Thopter? I have like yet to play against this matchup with a deck that looks anything like this. All of these cards are relevant. We have like 1 million cards that are relevant. I feel like Plague Engineer's kind of sick. I feel like that's like weirdly good. But then like all of these look really good. I feel like Engineered's pretty good. Maybe trim down to 1 Verdict. Brian, thank you for those bits. Oh, I gotta turn on the sword. Oh my god, that's a sub count? Jeez, that's old. There we go. There's the sword bit counter. Maybe trim a Jace. Get rid of some of these Guiles. Can't get rid of their graveyard, but Purge can deal with Tezzeret. And Foundry. It is black. Yeah, they're post board. They have purges though, right? We want Guiles, we want Verdicts. Well, then what do we not want? Oh yeah, I guess that's true. I'm sold on the Verdicts because of Sai as well. Sai and Urza. Where do we make the trims here? Like, do we? I don't think we want Guile. I don't even see where the trims are then. You have EE plus Plague for sweepers. You don't need all the paths. Oh yes, paths. No, I just took my best guess. I just went with my best guess. I'm trying to think of what else I want here. I kind of want these Thoughtseize. I don't know. This looks like an okay configuration. I'm just gonna run this because I'm running out of time. But this is a really tricky matchup here to side. This looks like an okay okay configuration. Probably not right. It probably like Thoughtseize and vetoes are definitely consideration still. I think rejection does not hit enough. It hits all the stuff that just like doesn't matter. I think 4 cryptics is a lot. Yeah, I could believe that. It's not a great 7. It's okay. It's okay. If they come out a little bit hot, we're in trouble. What do they likely bring in? I'm assuming Tezzeret. Beyond that, I'm not entirely sure. Purge gets rid of Foundry, gets rid of Tezzeret. I don't know if they're on Aether Grid or whatever, but I can get rid of that. It gets rid of a lot of cards. 4 Charm and a 4 Cryptic are a bit much. In the matchup or in the deck? I feel like this hand... Oh, Goblin Engineer as well. It also kills Goblin Engineer. Yeah, I think Thoughts. This is a hard matchup. Look at this. Like there's a lot to really consider in this matchup. There's a lot to consider. I think there's a lot of cards that are really, really close. This is a tricky sideboarding matchup. I'm not sure if we do go to 6. I'm not so sure we do. See, I felt like the cryptics were good. I'm going to keep this hand. I think this hand's okay. I don't think it's great, but I think it's keepable. That's a good draw. Lead on the Floated Strand, planning on getting Watery Grave. Nothing too powerful from the opponent's side in turn 1. Yeah, I mean, there's the Foundry, which we can, if they don't have a 0-mana artifact here, I can just snap off Purge on this. This isn't mana. They don't have 3 artifacts. I think I'm just going to Purge it, like, right away. Makes them further away from turning on this Mox Opal. Doesn't give them an opportunity to get a Thopter. Teferi. Yeah, that's probably bad. I don't like that one. I do not like that one. That sure makes my hand look silly. That's a good answer to Teferi, though. What I think I'm going to do is put this Snapcaster Mage into play. Should I just put this Snap into play here? Teferi is a good answer to Teferi. Big Teferi is a great answer to Little Teferi. So we could just, like, hold off for 2 turns. If I play this Snapcaster Mage, it gives him a reasonable thing to downtick on. And I almost want him to just keep upticking. Yeah, I just kind of want him to keep upticking. I'm just going to send back, and then I can, like, snap opt next turn to try to find my 5th land. And just hope, you know, they have 4 cards in hand. Just hope they don't have anything too powerful and let me get this Teferi off the table. Yeah, see, so, like, now they're down ticking on their own thing. That's fine. I don't know why they even picked that up. Why not just, like, not choose a target? You can just down tick without a target. I mean, what are they, like Storm, maybe? That's a bummer, because they saw this guy, so now they're going to name him. They named Jace the Mind Sculptor. Great. I really thought they were going to name this Teferi just because of having seen it last game and having it being good. I don't know why they bounced. I mean, whatever. It doesn't make a difference. We just find the other land. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to snap op still. I guess yeah, no, I'm going to snap op still. They draw an extra card? By bouncing Mox Opal? Why do they draw an extra card by bouncing Mox Opal? You can downtick this without a target. Return up to 1 artifact. So you can just like not pick it up. Wait. Am I missing something? Oh, you thought they bounced Astrolabe. Gotcha. Well, I don't want that guy. There's a Pithing Needle on him. We'll go ahead, play this tapped and send back. Now they have to get something on the field in order to not just... Well, I guess they tick up to Teferi, but... they have a Whir. Okay. Whir is good. Whir is pretty good. They get the Thopter Foundry. I could purge it. Okay. Not looking good here. They really affected the board here. Thank you for the follow. What the heck? No. Oh no. I'm like, is that another Whir? It actually might be. It is another Whir, maybe. Or they're just using Urza's ability, but it might also be a Whir. Oh, they're just activating him. They hit a Sigh. Okay, well, if I find Verdict, we're just like all of a sudden incredibly in this game. If I don't, we are not. We're pretty dead here. I have to get rid of Urza. So I'm going to do that. Just so they don't go completely infinite. Then I'm going to send back. Yeah, you guys wanted me to play this deck, so why don't we just watch it instead? That Teferi did quite the number on us. We really want to function at instant speed, so. Though we did leave in both verdicts, right? I think ultimately we ended up leaving in both, so they look pretty good. They look reasonable for sure. Mardu Shadow. I think Mardu Shadow's a lot worse than Esper Shadow. I don't think I would play Mardu over Esper. How we looking? Not particularly good. We've definitely looked better. Ask opponent for a deck list. I mean, this is a pretty standard deck list, though. Alright. I think we're just going to concede here. I don't want to play the Teferi. He doesn't accomplish anything. And it maybe puts them on naming him a little bit heavier for game 3 here. So let's reconsider. I think Thoughtseizes should probably be in. Veto's also a consideration. I really don't think the Kaya's Guile is good. I understand it interacts with the graveyard, but I just don't think it's good. Maybe Trim and Esper Charm. Maybe we leave in one Guile and Trim a Cryptic. I kind of think Grixis is still a better Shadow deck. Yeah, I don't think Mardu is the way to go. Veto stops Teferi. It sure does. It also does nothing if they get it in. And it does nothing against Sai or Urza. I don't think Path is the right answer, though. I don't think Path is what we want to necessarily be doing against Urza. You don't think we want Ops? I think we have some very powerful cards that we're trying to find. Abzan Shadow, that's an interesting idea. Maybe I want to look more like this. No, maybe something like this. I think this looks reasonable. Dude, this is a really challenging deck to side against. Yeah, Force is very good. I think that's one of the big inclusions, or not inclusions. I think it's one of the big cards that is missing from this list. I was surprised to see none of them. I feel like I don't want to be on all Dovin's vetoes. I don't know. I mean, I think this looks fine. I think this again looks like a fine configuration. I think there's like 50 different configurations we could have for this matchup and have it look okay. Ooh. Did the stream drop? I hope it didn't. But the viewer dropped to 0. Hopefully it did not. No? Okay. That's good. The viewer count dropped to stone 0. So I'm just making sure that just must be some issue. Yeah, I'm gonna keep this one. Yeah, on my end it says 0. Oh, now it says 158. Okay. I'm just making sure that nothing died. This looks like a reasonable one. This is one that can, well, kill an early Foundry. It's got a verdict to clear one of the creature draws. Alright, cool. I'm glad it didn't just like kick everybody away. Or everybody at once all decided, nope, done with the stream. Okay. Ooh, I like that draw. Karn, Mindstone, Needle, Urza. Very slow hand. I think it's between one of the two 4-drops that I'm taking, though. And then he's going to like play the Mindstone. Play a land, play the Mindstone. Have 5 cards left in their hand. Maybe play the Needle, too. Interesting. Alright, so we might be able to get like a good Mind Rot. If they go Mindstone plus... we'll see. Yeah, when are we getting Hogak number 2 in the next Horizon set? Name Jace again, maybe, hopefully. Yep, name's Jace again. Play Flooded Strand to be able to get our other white source so that we can cast a Verdict. They are gonna Urza here. I can Mind Rot them. And then Verdict. They have 1 card left in hand. I think I like Mind Rotting here over anything else. Pike likes draw 2 instead. Their hand being a land. We know a land. You would draw with Esper Charm, but not sure which is correct. See, this is where I feel like I misplay with Esper. It is with the Mind Rot versus draw. I want to Mind Rot here. I feel like Mind Rotting is correct. Draw is probably better. Mind Rot for sure. Slow. I think it's Mind Rot, but I think it's close. When in doubt, Mind Rot him out. It ripped 2 lands out of their hand. Now, if we get a untap here, we feel alright, but it looks like they drew something. Maybe it's a Thopter Foundry, which I could purge. They'd be able to get a little bit, yeah. They'd be able to get a little bit of value here. Ooh, now they don't get any value. They tapped out, and now I get to purge it. Now they have no cards in hand. We're in a top deck war. They do have a redraw with Mindstone, which they cash in right away. Play a land, send back. I'm about to get real aggressive here. Ooh, that's a nice draw. Question is if I want to just slap him with a Colonnade or get a Plague Engineer into play first and then start attacking with both. What does Psy make? Does he also make? His name is Psy Master Thopterus, so I'm going to assume he makes Thopters as well. He, in fact, makes Thopters as well. So, yeah, we could just Plague Engineer first and then start sixing them. Psy makes Elementals. Alright, I kinda like getting the Engineer down now. Hop. Thopter. Name Thopter, send back. It's good against both Psy and another factory draw. Okay. They drew something. Oh, come on, man. Yeah, that's so good. So if I get rid of their blue, what did you draw? Equipping the sword to him. Sure. I guess I just path Urza. In the end, he's just more powerful. They have Jace named, so I'm not too worried about brainstorms. Just Snap. Interesting. With Snap, I could Snap Esper Charm, discard their hand here. I could just Snap. Man, Snap is an interesting draw. It makes me like not want to fire up this Colonnade. Snap, Charm, and draw. What about Snap on their draw step, discard their 2 cards? But what does that really accomplish? I think we just pass back, maybe? Snap draw. But should I Snap draw on their turn? I feel like I Snap draw on their end step as opposed to right now. I want to Mind Rot them again, though. They have 2 cards, and I want to Mind Rot them. I feel like I was supposed to do that. There's a land. Equipping a sword. I mean, I probably just trade here. And hope they didn't draw it. Did they draw it? They drew Karn. They drew Karn. Snap Rot would have been pretty good. Alright, well, if they downtick, I can then Esper Charm it out of their hand, I guess. And then kill him. So they uptick. So now I'm going to draw, and then I'm going to kill him with my Colonnade. Plus snaps. Oh, I was in his main phase. Whoops. Clear Karn. Send back. Logic Knot was a nice draw. They draw another Karn. Counter. Well, I guess you got it all. That's what the opponent says. Yep. I got it all. Till you draw another threat off the top, and then I lose. Need him to draw a blank here. Mind Stone. They send back. Yikes. Yikes, yikes. Last scary turn here. Last scary turn. Mishra's Bauble. Not so scary. They target me. They play a gemstone. They've got nothing. Can only draw an instant speed thing here. They're seeing what I draw as well. You see I draw a land. I'll play that land they know about, and they can see the game. There we go. Whew. Whew, whew, whew. There we go. Imagine drawing 2 cards in a row and then being salty. Yeah, we got there by the skin of our teeth, I guess. Just barely. Now we are 2-1. Oh, sorry, Missing Bronze says, you need to remember not to listen to chat. They all play casual table Magic with their younger brothers, including me. No, it's more that they're when it comes to decks like these, there are a lot of lines. There just like are a lot of lines in a lot of different situations, and there's a lot of different things to play against. There's valid points to most of the lines, at least. And it's a lot to think through in a relatively short amount of time. And it definitely doesn't help having... You would think it would help having 170 brains on it. Makes it a lot harder having 170 brains on it. Hey, Brian, thank you for those bits. Alright, we've got 2 more matches here with Esper. So far, so good. We are seeing... What are we seeing? We are seeing a lot of... I suppose if you consider Tron an artifact-based deck, artifact/colorless-based decks. We're seeing a lot of those. Did you get hosted or something? Nope. Nope, nope, nope. We just got a lot of people. Lately, we've been getting over like the 100 mark, but today has been an exceptional amount of people. I think we can get away with keeping this. What's next? I'm thinking next might be Pike's red-black aggro deck, if people are down to see that. I'm going to play this, give myself the opportunity to opt here, as opposed to playing the Celestial Colonnade. I don't currently have a 2-drop play, so... Hey, Gutterbrain, thank you for the follow. Oh, no, GK, I am totally fine with blue-white. This most recent week in paper, I played Jeskai, but the week before I played blue-white. Actually, I think the past 2 weeks I had played blue-white. I'm totally fine with playing it. I'm just going to grab an island. Maybe that's a little... yeah. Esper is just more fun than blue-white. No, not necessarily. Not necessarily. I can get a little bit greedy. We have a lot of lands. That's a good draw. I'll just play this tapped and send back. Probably humans, maybe merfolk. Where's the blue-white love? As in, like, just, you want to see me play leagues of blue-white? Blue-white's pretty popular, and with streaming, a lot of people like to see the decks that aren't necessarily all over the place. Some of the more potentially like fringe decks, rather than the ones you get to see all the time on like the Star City tours and the GPs and all that kind of stuff. All right, we're gonna send back with this Kaya's Guile up, which might be reasonable. Sell out, Evan. What? I'm just trying to play what people want to see, man. Not being a sellout, being a streamer. It's different. Oh, thanks, GK. I don't know how true that is, but I'll take it. I appreciate that. All right, they got a Trickster. The old Trickster. I kind of want to just Guile here. I think I do. I think I Guile, make a guy, or gain 4 life. Which is more relevant? If they have a Lord, the guy just sits there doing nothing. I almost think gaining 4 life might honestly be more relevant here. Like, I'm obviously making them sacrifice a creature. It's so quick that spirit won't be able to block. So easy. There's 8 cards that are going to make it so that spirit can't even block. And the pressure isn't very real. I think... But at the same time... if they don't have a Lord, the spirit will be really good at protecting my Jace. So I am going to make it. I would agree that I think Guile is mediocre here. I would definitely agree with that. Also, the spirit can block the Lord itself if they don't have 2. I wish this was a Fatal Push instead. No Fatal Push is main. Oh, they Force of Negation pitching a Master of Pearl Trident. Really? That feels like a trade I am so happy to take. Forcing that, and they're exiling a Lord? Like, I was, like, way more afraid of that Lord. Like, done deal. Alright, now we're just looking for a verdict. Yeah, I would agree saying that is a win. Now the question is, do I want to get a Brainstorm out or just Cryptic Tap here? I think I want to try to play a Jace here. I assume he eats it, but if not, like, Brainstorming, I do have this Flooded Strand. I think either's probably eating a counterspell. Oh, no. Alright, I'm going to Brainstorm. Brainstorm, and he's probably going to eat the attack as well. Okay. Not ideal. So I'm going to be shuffling away this Drowned Catacomb. The question is... Well, I guess it's not much of a question. I'm drawing whatever else, so... Shuffling away the Drowned Catacomb. No, I guess I want to shuffle away the Hollowed, because I'm going to be fetching the Hollowed. Or I'm going to be fetching a Plains, maybe. Yeah. Alright, we'll send back. That was weird. We do need to find some removal, though. Even Path would be okay. Well, if they have another Lord, I feel pretty bad. Silvergill Adept's really good. Very menacing board here. We even get a shot at Verdict next turn if I go Flooded Strand, fetch for a Plains, and then opt using an island. That's very bad for me. That is very, very bad for me. Yikes. That makes my land sequencing way worse. Yikes, that probably just kills me. Hey, no problem, man. Not an issue. Those were good games. Everybody really wants me to play that Urza deck. I'm just really worried. I'm really nervous to play it on stream. I feel like it's a lot of, like, very click intensive. But it does seem like a really cool list. I think the list you were playing was probably closer to what I'd want to play over the Grixis one. I think the Teferi was just like owning me the second game. Oh man, I'm probably gonna have to just Cryptic Tap this turn, which means I'm just gonna grab this Hallowed Fountain that's on the top of my deck, I guess. Do you think Ad Nauseam is dead now? Was Ad Nauseam, like, alive? When was the last time Ad Nauseam was, like, legitimately alive? Ad Nauseam was dead as soon as, like, humans became a deck, right? I mean, I guess with humans on the decline, maybe the deck makes somewhat of a comeback, but... Alright, I'm gonna grab Hallowed Fountain, tapped, attempt to Cryptic Tap here. You know what, that was a mistake. Right there, that was a mistake. That should have been a Plains, use that for Cryptic, and then have a blue open to opt this turn. Yeah, you can get in for 2. You're an Ad Nau's one trick, and it's your baby. Well, honestly, like, with humans not being around, that is a good draw at least. With humans being less in numbers, I think it is a better time for Ad Nauseam. I guess I should have opted first. I'm gonna opt right now. I mean, that's another turn. I can keep that. It's just, this only works until you have a counter spell, but I think I do keep it, send back, and plan on doing it again. The question is if I'm supposed to do it on their upkeep. I think maybe I am. Don't give them a chance to draw a card. Upkeep, tap. They can hit me with a... I guess... I really want to tap draw. But this Conclave is cutting my time a bit low. I guess I want to tap like this. Tap draw. Maybe draw a path for the Fairy Conclave. Draw to Fairy. It's not super ideal. Yeah, the Cryptic should have been bottomed. Assume this is the Conclave coming in. We unfortunately did not draw the path. Yeah, I should have bottomed it because Cryptic isn't really buying me a turn because of this Fairy Conclave. Alright, so I can play to Fairy here. I just lose if they have Force of Negation, but I still think I'm supposed to. It's just really bad into Force. It's good against, like, anything else. Blast Zone. Well, Blast Zone on 2 is almost sick. Kind of wish I didn't play my land drop there. Tap, untap. Plan on doing it again. Now I could almost consider bouncing this. No. I'm just going to tap draw one more time. We've got an opt. Right. I mean, I have so many draws at this. It is only a 2-of, though. But going into this next turn, I have like 200 draws at a verdict. I am worried about this plus this, though. Going to 4 here means that I'm still probably just dead. Best case scenario, I think, is if I draw... just draw the verdict first without the Teferi, and then I can Teferi bounce the Vial, make them commit into the verdict, and then verdict, and they only have this guy. Okay. I'm gonna opt first. Oh my goodness gracious. Bounce this. Makes them have to do it right now. If they're gonna flash something in, it makes them have to flash it in. Then I verdict. Then they can conclave me, but I can likely find an answer to the conclave. Ooh, did I play a land? Ooh, I don't think I played a land. Ooh, that was a mistake. I meant to play the Blast Zone. They find a Trickster, which I will counter. I don't know. I know. I missed the land drop. I got ahead of myself. We'll counter that. We'll send back. They may just, I don't know, man. If they leave me with Teferi, if they give me a turn with Teferi, I think that might be a mistake. Yeah, I missed the land drop. That was my bad. Let's see. Yeah, okay. They're clearing the Teferi. Then I assume play Aether Vial. We could play... I could get rid of their hand. Oh, they're playing another creature. Oh, Silvergill is good. Silvergill is so good here. Okay. That puts me in a rough spot. I've yet to find any of my paths. Okay. Big mistake not playing that. Path is like my best draw. We get to see one. Esper Charm. Esper Charm. Esper Charm. Esper Charm. I can snap block here. Could just leave up like a snap cryptic. Snap cryptic block. Bounce. Draw or something. If I draw... Let's see. If I draw, I can have 4 mana up. I can still always snap. I can't double path then. Yeah, no, I know I'm playing the land this turn. This is a rough spot. I'm gonna draw 2 right now. Though that lets them force, but if they force this, I'm like super happy. Ooh, Kaya's Guile. Kaya's Guile right now make you sack gain 4. Kaya's Guile right now make you sack gain 4. The Mind Rod on the Charm is the best mode secretly. Sack make a flyer is probably better. Yeah. Sack make a 1/1 flyer to block the conclave, even better. Send back. We know they have Aether Vial in hand. Man, we're close to pulling out of this game. We're close. This is a hard game to pull out of, though. That Blast Zone is potentially very good. They are very heavy on... Oh, never mind. Well, I know Esper Charm has an enchantment removal mode, but probably not going to get used. I might actually be Mind Rotting them this turn. We're not getting hit by a Fairy Conclave. They go down to 2 cards in hand. Okay, then they're going down to 1 card in hand. They're playing another one. Another Benthic. Now we could snap Verdict. They have 1 card in hand. Snap Verdict here. Better use my resources. 1, 2. So I have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 mana. Could just go Destroy the Seas, blow up the Blast Zone. Snap Guile, Entwine. Ooh, Snap Guile, Entwine is insane. Oh, that's insane. Yeah, I'm just doing that. Oh, yeah. I'm just doing that. What an absolute time to be alive. You can't? You cannot entwine? Can you not flashback entwine? Yeah, you can. No, I'm the attacker. That was some hot value. Sack a thing, get rid of your graveyard, gain 4 life. I get another flyer. Damn. I'm the captain now. It's still pretty scary with this double waterlog. They can refill pretty quickly. We're definitely close to getting this one. Main phasing a trickster here. Why? To get in with a conclave? I can't imagine that's the, yeah, they're why main phase a trickster there? They're making weird plays. They're making weird plays. Huh. We've yet to see a single path to exile. Jace, pick up, snap, Wrath. You have enough mana to do all that? Jace, pick up. I don't know. That doesn't seem great. That doesn't seem great because then they kill our Jace with the Fairy Conclave. I'm gonna brainstorm. Cause I have this like fetch land too. I probably shouldn't have tapped white. I have this Dovin's Veto that sucks. Alright, I'm just gonna send back this turn, like get them with pathing their lord in combat. Let them attack, think they're getting in like a sick attack, and then just path the lord. Path the lord right now? Why? I have a logic not. Hey Polar, thank you for the follow. This guy's, I'm gonna kind of put on a draw a card and then discard a card. So I could mind rot him now right now, potentially. Could just charm him right here. Hope they don't have something to flash in. They don't. Thank you for the follow, Heart. Holy cow. Oh, they did have a Force Negation and an Aether Vial. So now they just draw and discard. We have over 200 viewers right now. This is insane. Thank you guys for joining the stream today. This has to be more viewers than I've ever had without a host. Crazy. They're going to get in, trying to make it lethal. We'll go ahead and path the Lord. Probably just blocks all around, right? Clear their board. It's probably fine. Yeah, definitely fetching here. Got some bad ones on top. Okay. Dovin's Veto. Brainstorm. Holy cannoli. But I'm still like not winning this game. I mean, I'm not losing it, but I'm also not winning it. Oh, thanks, Pons. I appreciate that. Thank you for those bits there, Brian. I'll get rid of this stop on their upkeep. Get in with the Conclave. We'll let him attack first. Use the mana. Probably just go ahead and path it. We need to find like Teferi or something. That is true. The Discord is a good place to see both shiny cards and awesome pets. Cute pets, sorry. Quoted it wrong. Alright. Yeah, we need the other Teferi, I guess. Just gonna keep brainstorming. Do need to figure out how to win this game. That Aether Vial is a way to just like cheese kill me. Mutavault's pretty good. I'm doing all this stuff and not winning. Yes, that's a good one. That is a good one. That's a good one too. Alright. Go ahead. My permanents are falling off the board. I got hyped in the blue-white control phase, but oh, awesome. Very cool. Well, thank you whoever did that. Yeah, I think we're going to be unlocking the Colonnade. Maybe I should have done it right there, but I could do it. I can't even see the Spreading Seas that's on it. It's like off the screen. Not sure if it's going to even let me do that. Spreading Seas on a Hallowed Fountain, sure. Like, I can't even see my Colonnade. There we go. Mutavault. I think I go... Well, let's see. I can go... Destroy enchantment. Animate block. And still have path up. For if they flash in like a Lord here. Path the Lord. Still have a counter spell up. If we catch them both, we're looking great. We get to block. Awesome. The free kill. I think going to 3 is okay. Maybe unnecessary though. Intrepid, thank you for the follow. Alright, Snap's a great draw here. Let's draw more cards. Cool, 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 cool. Just put back these two. Get this Colonnade fired up. Try to kill him in 2 swings. What an absurd game 1. Again, with 11 minutes on the clock. Bit scary. Hey, thank you for the follow there, Glide. Marrow Readery. Sure. And an Aether Vial. We knew about that, I'm pretty sure. We'll go ahead and path. And we'll kill him with this Colonnade. The old Psionic Blast. And we connect. Alright. A little concerned about time, but ended up winning that game. That was we were pretty behind at one point. Finding that Supreme Verdict with the Opt was super key. That was a very key moment. We know we want these fatal pushes. Plague Engineer is probably reasonable. Not as good against the other tribal decks, but definitely reasonable. Engineered Explosives looks pretty good. Man, Force Negation is scary. I think they did make a mistake forcing when they did. They pitched a Lord to force something that I don't think really mattered. What was it again? I don't even remember. I don't even think it was like the Teferi maybe, or no, it was earlier in the game. I don't even remember what they forced. They shouldn't have forced it, whatever it was. Let's see. I probably don't want to be so heavy on vetoes. Probably it was the first Kaya's Guile. That's what it was. It was the sack make a spirit first Kaya's Guile, and then we entwined. We snap entwined it. Right. Yeah, I don't think we want the vetoes here. I am concerned about things like Spell Pierce and stuff. I think it's going to be pretty hard to. I think it's going to be pretty hard to keep up with them in this game. I think Plague Engineer is going to be a good one because it dodges a lot of their counter spells and interacts decently. Not great. It kills a couple of their things pre-Lord at least. Yeah, charms do not look good. I think Mini Teferi is very strong. Wafo did not have any in his list. I still do like it. He doesn't have any Narsets, no Teferis, none of that stuff. I do think, sorry, little Teferi. I do think Teferi is actually pretty good. We snap entwine the second one because the first was exiled, right, because it was a force. Cut the knots. Oh, but what are we cutting them for, even? Like, we want to leave Jason? We just don't have that many things that are actually all that good. Like, do I really want more Guiles? I mean, it was good that game, I guess. I guess we could bring in more Guiles just to have more proactive spells, but... Donate Thoughtseize. I mean, this looks okay. Looks a little clunky. I don't know. Thoughtseize might be insane. It might not be. Might not be, but we got 10 seconds, so I'm gonna go in without it. Yeah, I can't. I don't think we want four Guiles either, I will say. I will say. Hey, what's up, Drake? Yeah, we have so many people here. Especially on the draw, it feels awkward. I want to keep this hand. It has no spy removal, but that engineer, I'm like so hopeful for it. It has lands and stuff. Engineer's like so good, but I feel like I need some paths or pushes even. I don't know about this. They just like snap kept their 7. I just feel like this card's like pretty decent. Engineers, like, the thing is, there are a lot of 2/2s. They do have some 2/1s, but a lot of the cards that matter are 2/2s. It would kill this guy if he doesn't just evolve him or whatever it's called. Adapt him. Opponent's playing Merfolk. Yeah, and like all of a sudden the engineer does nothing, you know what I mean? I feel like the lords make the engineer really rough. Now we're just drawing lands forever. Butts. That's butts. That is butts. Yeah, it is definitely very weak to lords. If they have a second one, we just lose the game here, but making this guy unblockable is what I mean. Now they didn't just put one in. They didn't just put one in there. We're just taking 4. Wow, I'm really surprised they're attacking with that. That makes me think they have a Merfolk Trickster in play. Ooh. That tells me Merfolk Trickster because they were not afraid of a Snapcaster Mage. They missed their land drop. We did find a path though. Interesting. Alright, so I want to be able to have access to... I definitely have to play a white horse this turn. So that if they seize me or whatever... Yeah, let's get this guy in play. This is a counterspell. Deprive. What the hell? Alright. Well, that's really brutal. Them having most of their counters do not interact with creatures, so that's actually like very hard having them have a counterspell that actually hits my guy. Engineer was the whole point of the engineer was that it was hopefully safe from counterspells. Snap would be okay here. Teferi's not very good. Okay, I'm gonna send back. Plan on pathing the Lord. Okay. Hopefully we're just taking one here. Committing more. Interesting. Committing more into a potential verdict. Esper Charm. Okay. This would be a chance to potentially... No. It's not fairy time. Cryptic Tap only saves 1 damage. I don't like it. I'd rather Esper Charm draw 2. Saves 1 because if I tap, then they just fire up Mutavault and get in for 3 anyways. I'm going to attempt to Esper Charm draw 2 instead. Okay. Snap is interesting. Push is interesting. I'm going to get that Blast Zone in play. Send back. Push is definitely something. Let them attack. Attempt to push this guy. Now I could snap. If I take this, I go to 4 and 3. It's just too low with this. This scares me. I could just flash and snap. Target charm and block, or I could flash and snap, target a push and kill it, and then still have snap in play. I gotta play faster. Because I'm not sure. They have 6 cards in hand. I'm not particularly close to winning this game. Looks like maybe another Deprive. Okay. Yeah, the way I tapped it didn't give myself the opportunity to charm anyways if I wanted to, so I was kind of committing to the other play. Go to 4. Looks like they have a what's it called? The redraw one. Yep. Yep. Send back. We're pretty dead here. Double Mutavault. Yeah, we're certainly dead now. You gotta pay 2 to get a counter on it. tap draw, they just fire up the thing, but I think I'm kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place here. I think they have like 5 counter spells in hand, so yeah, I'm just dead. Yeah, I'd have to crack a fetch, and then I'd be at 1, or so I'd have to crack a fetch, and then I was kind of in trouble to the Mutavaults. Maybe I was still supposed to. Alright, if we go 3, crack this. No, I'm just not getting out of this game alive. This one we're not getting out of. I'm just going to pick it up in interest of time here, because I only have 6 minutes. I'm going to try again. It's so hard winning game 2 against this deck. I feel like on the play, I don't know. Like, how good is Thoughtseize in this matchup? Also, I've yet to see a Cavern of Souls out of them. Just saying. Just saying, I have yet to see a Cavern of Souls. We'll try it. I do not like playing this matchup. Merfolk is tricky. It's a very tricky matchup with control decks. Got the play. Once again, no push, no path. But reasonable lands. We do have a Guile. An Opt. Yeah, I don't think Settle's the answer. I'm going to keep this. I don't think Settle's the answer. It's just as easily countered. Like, Verdict's just one of the better cards we can have. Get rid of this draw step 1. Alright, not a Vial. That's at least good. Man, in the interest of having my white mana, I'm gonna fetch this, shock this once. Maybe that might be the insane play. That might totally cost me. Oh my god, thank god I bottomed that first one. Thank god I bottomed that first one. Because the next 2 cards were Esper Charms. There were 3 Esper Charms in a row on top of my deck. To find 3 there is so bad. I'm playing Spreading Seas. Okay. Alright. I'm just gonna... kill their guy. This, I don't know. I'm playing a little bit fast. I'm worried about the clock. Kill their guy while he's tapped out. Don't let him redraw. Get the Merfolk, get the pressure off the table. I think it was wrong for them to go for a black source there. That was probably a bad play. Probably should have even gained the life over getting the 1/1. 1/1 just doesn't look good against this board. Yeah. Fire up Mutavault. Oh. Tapping out again. Reveals a master. Okay. Send back. This is an awkward board state. Need to find like a Snapcaster really fast. Hey Sherlock. They attack here. Well, I am a happy camper if this just trades. Man, I actually think it's reasonable to counter this. I think I just counter draw this. I don't think I bounce this or anything. Gaya's Guile. They have another one. Spreading seas on my white source. Okay. Another path. Well, my white mana is super taxed here. Could use an Esper Charm to clear the Spreading Seas to unlock my white mana. Having to use a white mana this turn, but ultimately unlocking it. Firing up both Mutavaults, and I assume flashing in the Lord here. Destroy this enchantment. Path one of these Mutavaults. League's pretty good, Sherlock. Take our turn. Jace. Not yet, not yet, not yet, not yet. There's a Trickster, sure. Going in for the attack. I think I will Kaya's Guile. Sack. Make a 1/1 again. I know they have the Lord, but I have the path. They are snapping off a deprive on this. It's fine. I know they have this Lord in hand. But if I do this, I think I have to just efficiently. I think I have to protect my life total. I know it feels so bad using a path on that. Keep in mind, I'm not making the cleanest play here. I'm very concerned about my time. All right, Esper Charm. Esper Charm draw here. Jace Brainstorm. Brainstorm, he just kind of dies, but he fogs. Either gets forced. Oh, this is Dogfish. I know this person. We played against them before. Well, we don't want those Thoughtseize. Put those back. Crap, I already played a land. That was a mistake. Made a mistake by playing a land there. Now I'm going to have to draw Thoughtseize. Flashing in the Lord. Yeah, wheel's kind of falling off here. I assume Jace at least eats this Mutavault hit. Me. No, they're just going all in on me, huh? Well, if they have another Lord, I just die, so. Okay. I mean, getting Jace here, getting to Jace feels pretty good. I'm going to crack that immediately, because I know there's thoughts he's on top. Brainstorm. Path into Fairy. Yeah, I'm just dead. Well, play to Fairy, down tick on a thing that they can't flash in with Aether Vial. Down tick on a thing they can't flash in with Aether Vial. Hope they don't have a 2-drop. Path of Lord. They have a 2-drop. What the hell is this guy? What? What is this? I've never seen this guy before. I'll at least make them attack me. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Me, and me. Well, rats. That's a bummer. I do find that matchup pretty difficult. Guile, I think, is significantly worse than Helix as opposed to playing Jeskai against this deck. I feel a lot more comfortable playing Jeskai in this particular matchup. That was a Plague Engineer. All right, we're 2-2. We got one more match. Just gonna use the bathroom real quick. I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Alrighty. Let's see. Got one more match here to play with Esper. I'm going to play something else. Zona, going to bring in the music for League 2. League 1, I'm keeping musicless. It's going to be going up on YouTube. League 2, we can play some funky music. Some funky music. Or jazz music, or whatever you guys want to hear. This hand kind of stinks. Hey, what's up, Odysseus? This hand's better, I guess. Well, probably going to be a fast last one here. Kai's Guile is probably pretty good in this matchup. We find a Celestial Colonnade. I'd like to avoid pathing this guy, but I don't think I can. Send it back to the opponent. We'll get the old Goblin Guide attack and then path. We see, we draw another card here. Nice. Getting the free cards. Grab our snow-covered plains. Try to save on a little bit of life. Hopefully they weren't just like choked on lands, but tempo decks are rarely seen in Modern. What decks do you think keep them from being viable? I think they just kind of keep themselves from being viable. Like, they just don't feel... It just doesn't feel like a strong strategy. I don't know. There's just a lot of decks that just don't care about that. care about like the axis that they're working on. Ooh, Eidolon is so good here. If they don't have another creature, Kaya's Guile would be a really good draw. Sack a creature, gain 4 life. I don't know, like tempo decks are... They're also like kind of hard to define. You just don't have like the tools in Modern. There's certain decks people call tempo decks that I don't know if they're really tempo decks. So I just don't think Modern really has access to the stuff you need. We're just like stone dead here. Esper Charm does kill an Eidolon, that is true, but it does not gain 4. Holy crap. Opponent, chill. Chill out. Please. Please calm down. Please calm down. We're just dead. If 3 cards in hand, gotta be dead here. Hey, Bethany, thank you for the bits. Yeah. Alright, we'll try again. Try again. Give it another shot. I feel like this deck has too much draw. I don't personally like the configuration of this deck at all. Personally. I wanted to try it. Wafo-Tapa did pretty well with it. I wanted to see how it felt, but I think it's very, very, very clunky. I think it is very on the clunky side. But I think it's right up the Esper players, a lot of the Drago Esper players' alley. I think a lot of people are happy with the configuration. I just personally, it feels a little bit on the weak side. We'll bring in a Kaya's Guile, bring in another couple of Fatal Pushes. Charm feels a little bit slow. We'll swap a Guile for a Charm. Hey, what's up, Team Darkwater? Yeah, like the Merfolk deck we just played against, I would say is probably like the closest thing to a tempo deck. But if you look at tempo decks of other formats, they're utilizing cards that we don't have access to in Modern. So things like Daze, things that interact with your lands like Wasteland, maybe Rashad and Port, stuff like that. The face of tempo decks is always Delver, and Delver's not particularly strong in Modern. Could bring in Purge, I guess. Being able to deal with Eidolon and creatures. I don't think I want anything else. Gotta make 2 cuts. Cut some of the top end. I guess we leave Teferi. Dovin's Veto's fine. I don't really like Charm drawing is like kind of good though. Leave these 2 guys as our win cons. Maybe get rid of like these. Like that. Maybe something like that. Leave me in, says Teferi. Yeah, it is. I would say it is focused. I think, as we saw today, this was kind of what I was saying at the beginning of the weekend. And it ended up being the fact. It ended up being the case. A lot of Tron doing very well. And with Tron winning multiple tournaments this weekend, like taking first place in multiple large tournaments, I think that means we're going to be seeing a lot of Tron, our first 2 matchups. In this league, we're Tron. Tron is a deck I think you want to be prepared for. While a lot of bigger, more experienced Esper players argue that Tron is a good matchup, I don't think that is true. I think the other variants of Blue-White have better matchups against Tron. I could totally be wrong on that, but that's how I see it. Like if I'm sitting across from a Tron player, I much prefer to be on straight Blue-White or Jeskai than I would Esper. I think Tron and Hogak. I think those are going to be the 2 decks to beat. All right, so I'm going to let them attack here. I'm going to Celestial Purge. Yeah, take this Lava Spike. I'm going to Celestial Purge the Monastery Swift Spear, and then I'm going to main phase Kaya's Guile, gain 4 life, make them sack the Goblin Guide. See what we draw. We actually do draw a land, which is nice. Purge here. Time to play Infect. Well, does Infect have a good Hogak matchup? Because I think that's the other big one to be worried about, so... sacrifices a creature, we gain 4 life, go back to 17, deal with that goblin guy. They have 4 cards in hand. Yeah, the Mind Rot mode can be good if you get it off early enough. Like right now, if I just fire this off at them, it could probably be pretty good. In fact, I probably will just do that. Right now, they have 3 cards in hand. If they have 2 Lightning Bolts, it feels pretty bad. Anything else, it feels pretty good. They're just discarding 2 cards. Land and a Bolt. So probably their last card is a Boros Charm, if I had to guess. I'm just going to play this land tapped and say go. And thus the debate, Ancient Stirrings getting a new shot in the arm. Kind of surprised they got rid of that Bolt. What's the last card in their hand? Creature? Goblin Guide. Okay. Celestial Purge on top. Hand's looking okay. See, Brian, I agree with that. I agree with that. I think that is absolutely the case. And that's kind of... I feel like that's the only argument for the deck in the matchup. Reveals a Snapcaster Mage. That is exactly what we're looking for, to be able to snap back a Kaya's Guile. Little concerned on the Skullcrack front. That would make sense to be the last card. So maybe I want to delay... Oh! Pfft. I just fetched it away. Went on total autopilot there and fetched it away. Total autopilot and fetched it away. I was like, oh hey, end step. Let me grab my last basic. I was counting my shocks. It was like, oh hey, there's still 1 left in the deck. What a goof. What a goof. What a goof. Why'd I do it? Because I went into autopilot mode and did not use my brain. That is why I did it. I did not use my brain. One, two, three, four, five. Okay. Well, I can do this with a veto up. Hopefully they play a creature. Not a creature. Then I guess there's no point in me doing every mode, but make a creature, gain 4 life. Looks pretty good here. I expect a Skullcrack, which I will veto. Makes a lot of sense that that's what they would have been sitting on this whole time. Gain the life. Okay. Get in there. Try to get this game ended. That's a good point, Pike. Spell Mastery being a thing. With Exquisite Firecraft. I got an Eidolon. I think it makes sense for me to path this Eidolon. No, maybe not yet. Maybe not yet. I think they're locking themselves behind this Eidolon. Kind of feels that way. I can Logic Knot without taking damage. Yeah. Eidolon, I believe, wins us this one. They cast a Bolt. Targeting me. It's fine. Cast a Helix targeting me. Eidolon pings them. I logic not this. Making the CMC, making sure the CMC is 5 here, so that I don't take any damage from Eidolon. And then we kill them in the air. There we go. Eidolon locking them out. We got another game here, despite that punt that I made. Might still be able to put up a fight. Any reconsiderations? Is that a word? Reconsider some of these cards here. Anything we want to change? Bring Charm in over Wrath. Yeah, I like that. I don't think we want the Engineered, right? Opponent was hoisted by their own petard. Got him. Got him with their own, what is he? Spirit? I was going to say Elemental, that's not right. Hey, what's up, Dogfight? Well, I feel like, I do feel like I win many of my games on the backs of the Planeswalkers that I stabilize the board and then win with a Teferi. I like leaving 2 Teferi, 1 Jace. I could see trimming a Jace, though. But Mind Rot does feel pretty good against them. Mind Rot felt a lot better against them than I thought. I think I want... Maybe Jace sucks. Yeah, no timelies, man. No timelies. Do we want to be maxed out on these? Do you like Jace overall on Esper? Yeah, I think 1 to 2 copies is nice. I don't like these 3. I think 3 is a lot. I don't usually like being on 3 unless I'm playing Terminus. Which deck won SCG? Odysseus. Tron won like everything. Tron won like literally everything this weekend. Just about. I want the 1. I want the 1. They're greedy. So they're greedy in some ways and not greedy in others. They have mana bases that are not greedy at all. They are like the most conservative mana bases. You'll see no Field of Ruins, 1 Blast Zone. But they're very Drago, very draw heavy. Very, very draw heavy. I guess I'm shipping the Jace here. Yeah, I don't think Engineer is where we want to be on the draw. I agree. Boy, am I shocking here. Dang, I am shocking here. That feels awful. It didn't win the GP Barcelona, but it won the Pro Tour in Barcelona. And then it won the Star City event. Wasn't even playing Karn the Great Creator, the one that won the Pro Tour. I like being able to fetch here and being able to logic not for 2. They played nothing, which makes me want to counter like the Boros Charm they're going to cast here or something. Oh, they just... Ooh. What is their hand? They got a lot of lands or something? Suspend Riftbolt. Suspend Riftbolt, go. Greed Machine. Potentially get blown out. I'm going to potentially get blown out. No, I didn't get blown out. They're playing nice and slow. Fire enough something here. Lightning Helix. I think I like nabbing that one. Yeah, but that leaves a path this turn for a creature potentially, but takes me off of being able to charm this turn. Maybe I don't want that. Skewer off of. Ugh, I'm just dead now. Yeah, that might have been a bad play. Apparently their hand was just all skewers. All right, can I just like raw the Kaya's Guile here? Their last card is almost certainly Skullcrack. If he cracks the Sunbait Cannon here, I'm going to make them discard too. I think, right? I know they go up to 2 cards anyways, but yeah, I'm going to make them discard 2 here. Exquisite Firecraft hits the bin. So that's a good one to at least get. Hopefully they draw a creature, not burn spells. Hopefully it's not Eidolon. Okay. Guess what you did today. What'd you do today, Last God? You booked your honeymoon. Oh, that's really cool. Very nice. Alright, I think we're dead. We'd have to get pretty lucky here. They gotta draw a blank. Okay, they drew a half blank. Tiny blank? Nope. They got us. Alrighty. Well, them's close. This list is, brutal. Where are you going, Last God? A week at an all-inclusive beachfront resort and casino in the Dominican Republic. That sounds awesome. That should be a lot of fun. Okay. So, let's talk some stuff here. I assume no Timely in the deck because Kaya's Guile is taking that spot. I'm thinking he wanted Guile because it fills the spot of the life gain card. Well, here's the thing. So it fills the spot of kind of a removal spell, but also our worst removal spell. Kind of a life gain card, but not a great life gain. It's okay. It's an okay life gain card. A graveyard interaction card as well, but it's not interaction until turn 3, which both Dredge and Hogak go right under. Like right under. They do all of their relevant stuff way before 3. So I feel like it's there because it's using one spot. It's a modal card. That's what modal cards do, of course. But it's like efficiently using a spot, but man, it feels like it's doing each of those things just not quite good enough. At least not to justify 4 copies. 4 copies feels like a lot. The actual sideboard is out. Alright, well, that's bad timing. So I don't know. That felt iffy. It's an okay command. Yeah, it's an okay command. Exactly. It's like the modes are reasonable, but I don't know. It did. I feel like it did not justify its 4 slot. I think it is a really hard sell to be playing a control deck right now with 0 Field of Ruins. I get that this configuration, I think, called for no Field of Ruins, but that just probably means that this isn't a legitimate, like, this isn't a real configuration to be able to play. I just think Field is going to be so important going forward with all these Tron decks. I think you should expect to see Tron frequently. We saw 2 this league, 1 green Tron, 1 blue Tron. I mean, I like Little Teferi. I think that card's pretty good. I think the deck can function without it. I think the same can be said about Narset. Though 3 Jace felt like a lot of Jace, I would really rather one of those Jace be one of those 2 cards, at least. One of them at least be a Narset or a Little Teferi. I would lean Little Teferi, but I don't know. The meta's just too fast right. I feel like it's too fast for something like this. That being said, I have felt okay playing Bolt again, but that's also because I'm not really running into the Hogak and Dredge decks as that frequently, so that's probably like a false feeling I shouldn't be feeling. And if you're going to pick up a blue-white X control deck, I think blue-white's probably just where you need to be, and even that feels almost iffy right now. Yeah, I mean, I think Ashiok's fine. It's fine. She comes down a little bit late for the search effects. She's coming down the turn after they have the opportunity to Expedition Map or Sylvan Scrying, assuming they are doing it as early as they possibly can, which is generally the case. They usually are. What does my list look like? I can get my Jeskai list up on Stream Deck. I have it in paper. I don't have it on a digital form right now, but I can get it up there and I can post it on the Discord later on. If you guys aren't in the Discord, here's a link to it. So yeah, that's. I mean, I think Ceremonious Rejection is going to be, regardless of which blue-white X version you're on, I think this is going to be an important card. I do like the fact you get Plague Engineer out of Esper, but it was just like, it didn't perform super well this league, but I still think that card is just very good. The sideboard was playing, also no Force and Negations. I think that's wrong. I really think you need some amount of Force and Negations. The play pattern of being able to tap out for a Planeswalker and still do something, especially against Tron, where you can like get your Wincon in play, counter their Karn or Ulamog, or not Ulamog, sorry, Karn, Ugin, O-Stone, whatever, and then get the turn back, untap with your Planeswalker, feels super, super important. So there's that as well.